Have you ever woken up one day and felt like the fire inside you, the spark that used to light up your dreams, has completely burned out? Life hit you hard. Maybe it was a divorce that shattered your heart, a job loss that stole your confidence, or a betrayal that left you questioning everything. You're not alone. Right now, millions of women across America are silently screaming, "How do I rediscover my passion when I feel so broken?" If that's you, stop scrolling. This video isn't just another self-help talk, it's a lifeline. Because here's the truth, your passion isn't gone forever. It's buried under the rubble of life's chaos, waiting for you to dig it out. And today I'm handing you the shovel. 5 simple, powerful ways to reclaim that fire no matter how lost you feel. But wait, before we dive in, let me hit you with something you won't expect. Even the strongest women you admire have crumbled under life's weight. Think Oprah Winfrey's untouchable? She was fired from her first TV job and told she wasn't fit for the screen. J.K. Rowling? A single mom on welfare, rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter changed the world. These icons didn't just bounce back. They clawed their way out of despair. And if they can rediscover their passion after being knocked down, so can you. This isn't about overnight miracles. It's about raw, messy, real steps to heal your soul and reignite your purpose. All right, let's start with the hardest truth. You can't rediscover your passion until you face the wreckage life's left behind. I know, it's tempting to shove the pain down, to plaster a smile on your face and pretend everything's okay. But here's the deal. Emotional healing doesn't come from hiding. It comes from feeling. Every single day, women just like you are typing how to overcome life struggles into Google, desperate for a way out of the darkness. And the first step? It's not running from the hurt. It's walking straight into it. Think about it. When was the last time you let yourself feel everything? Not just the surface-level frustration, but the deep, gut-wrenching ache of whatever broke you. Maybe it was the day your marriage ended and you sat alone in a house that suddenly felt too big. Or maybe it was the moment you got that pink slip at work and the shame washed over you like a tidal wave. Whatever it was, that pain isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. Suppressing it doesn't make it disappear. It just buries your passion deeper under layers of unspoken grief. Let's talk about Oprah for a minute. You know her as the billionaire media mogul, the woman who seems invincible. But rewind to 1977. She was 23, co-anchoring the evening news at WJZ-TV in Baltimore, and she was miserable. The station didn't just sideline her, they fired her. Her boss told her flat out, "You're not cut out for television." Can you imagine that? Oprah, the queen of talk shows, being told she didn't belong on screen. She's called it her darkest moment. She could have numbed the sting with distractions, food, denial, anything, but she didn't. Instead, she let herself feel it all. She cried, she journaled, she sat in her apartment, wrestling with the rejection, the self-doubt, the fear that she'd never amount to anything. And here's what she said years later. "I had to feel the failure to know it wasn't the end." That's the key. Oprah didn't just survive that low point, she used it. She took every tear, every shaky breath, and turned it into fuel. That emotional honesty didn't break her, it built her resilience. She went on to land a spot on a morning talk show, and the rest is history. Today, she's worth over $2 billion, and she'll tell you every dime traces back to that moment she chose to face the wreckage instead of running from it. Now let's bring this home. You don't have to be Oprah to feel the weight of life's punches. Maybe your wreckage isn't a public firing, maybe it's quieter, more personal. A miscarriage that left you hollow. A friend who walked away when you needed her most. A dream you chased that crashed and burned. Whatever it is, it's real and it hurts. And that's okay. You don't have to fix it today. You just have to feel it. Because here's the secret. Your passion isn't hiding in perfection. It's waiting in the messy, raw truth of who you are right now. So here's what I want you to do. It's simple, but it's not easy. Grab a notebook, any old one will do. Sit somewhere quiet where you won't be interrupted, and write it down. Every wound life's thrown at you. The divorce that tore your world apart. The job you lost that made you feel like a failure. The time you looked in the mirror and didn't recognize yourself. Don't hold back. Let the pen shake. Let the tears fall if they come. Write until you can't anymore. Then when you're done, do something with it. Burn it in the backyard if you're angry. Rip it into 100 pieces if you're ready to let go. Or keep it tucked away if you need to revisit it later. The point isn't the paper, it's the release. Feel that weight lift off your chest. That's your first step to emotional healing. That's your passion starting to peek through the cracks. Close your eyes for a second. Think of that moment you felt most worthless. The silence after the fight, the empty bed, the rejection letter. Feel those tears prick your eyes. That's not weakness. That's your soul begging to heal. You're not broken beyond repair. You're just bruised. And bruises fade. You deserve to feel alive again. You deserve to rediscover your passion, not tomorrow, but right here in this messy, beautiful moment. So take that step, face it, feel it, you've got this. Now that you've faced the wreckage, let's shift gears. Way number 2 is about going back, way back to the person you were before life piled on the hurt. Somewhere along the way, you lost her. The girl who dreamed without limits, who laughed without fear. Searches for find purpose after failure are skyrocketing because women like you are craving that childlike wonder, that unshakable belief that anything's possible. Your passion isn't something new you have to invent. It's been with you all along, hiding in the memories of who you used to be. Think about it. When you were a kid, what lit you up? Was it the hours you spent doodling in the margins of your notebook, dreaming of being an artist? Was it the way you dance around the living room pretending you were on a stage? Or maybe it was the quiet moments you spent helping a friend, feeling that warm glow of making a difference. That version of you, she didn't care about failure. She didn't know the weight of a mortgage or the sting of a broken heart. She just lived. And here's the good news. She's still inside you, waiting to remind you what passion feels like. Let's talk about J.K. Rowling. Joanne, as she was back then. Before she was the wizard behind Harry Potter, she was a woman at rock bottom. Picture this. It's the early 1990s and she's a single mom living in a tiny Edinburgh flat. Her marriage had imploded, leaving her with a baby to raise and no money to her name. She was on welfare, scraping by, and battling depression so dark she later admitted she'd thought about ending it all. Publishers rejected her manuscript, 12 of them, one after another. She could have given up. Most people would have. But something shifted. One day, stuck on a delayed train from Manchester to London, she started daydreaming. And in that moment, she remembered the little girl she used to be, the one who'd sit under the kitchen table with a pencil, scribbling wild stories about witches and heroes. That girl wasn't afraid of rejection. She didn't care about paying bills or proving herself, she just created. And on that train, Harry Potter was born. Not out of nowhere, but out of a reconnection with that fearless dreamer she'd buried under years of struggle. Rowling said later, "Rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life." That foundation? It was her younger self whispering, "You've still got magic in you." Today she's sold over 500 million books. But it didn't start with fame. It started with a quiet moment of remembering who she was before life knocked her down. Now let's make this real for you. You might not be writing the next global bestseller, but you've got your own magic. Life has a way of beating that out of us, telling us to grow up, to stop dreaming, to settle. But settling isn't living. Rediscovering your passion means peeling back the layers of shoulds and can'ts to find that little girl who knew exactly what made her heart sing. Maybe you're thinking, that was then. I'm too old, too tired, too broken now. No, you're not. She's still there and she's dying to come out and play. Here's what I want you to do. It's so simple you might laugh, but it works. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Picture yourself at 10 years old. Where are you? What are you doing? Are you climbing trees, lost in a book, singing off-key in your bedroom? What made you laugh until your sides hurt? What did you love so much you'd lose track of time? Got it? Good. Now grab a piece of paper, or your phone, whatever's handy, and write it down. I loved painting. I loved making up stories. I loved baking with my mom. Doesn't matter how small it seems, write it. This week, try it again, just for 10 minutes. If you loved painting, Buy a $5 watercolor set and doodle. If you love dancing, put on your favorite song and move, no one's watching. If you loved helping people, call a friend and ask how she's doing. That's it. 10 minutes. Feel that tiny spark? That's your passion waking up. Next week, do 15 minutes, build on it. Watch how it grows. Feel that ache in your chest right now? That's her, the younger you, begging you not to forget her. She's the one who believed in fairy tales, in big dreams, in you. Life might have silenced her, but she's not gone. Picture her tugging at your sleeve, whispering, "Let's play again." Can you hear her? She's your compass back to purpose. Don't let her down. You owe her this. 10 minutes to feel alive again. Start there. Your passion's waiting. Okay, you've faced the pain. You've reconnected with your younger self. Now let's light that fire. Way number 3 is all about small wins. Passion doesn't come roaring back like some Hollywood montage. It flickers, then grows. Women are searching personal growth journey like crazy because we want progress, not perfection. You don't need a 5-year plan or $1 million idea. You just need one tiny step to feel the heat of being alive again. Here's the thing. When life knocks you down, it's easy to think you've got to climb a mountain to get back up. But mountains are exhausting. Small wins, they're doable. They're the breadcrumbs that lead you out of the dark. Maybe it's making your bed after weeks of chaos. Maybe it's cooking a meal instead of ordering takeout. Each little victory whispers, "You're still in this." And those whispers, they build into a roar. Let's talk about Lady Gaga, Stephanie Germanotta, before the meat dresses and Grammys. Back in 2005, she was a 19-year-old NYU dropout with big dreams and no plan. She'd been signed to Def Jam Recordings, but they dropped her after 3 months. No explanation, just a cold goodbye. She was broke, living in a cramped apartment on New York's Lower East Side and spiraling into depression. She later said, "I felt like a failure. I didn't know who I was anymore." Sound familiar, but here's where it gets good. Instead of giving up, she started small. She'd drag herself to dive bars, grimy little joints with sticky floors, and perform for drunk strangers. She wrote one song a day, even when her hands shook from doubt. Each gig, each lyric was a tiny win. She wasn't selling out stadiums yet, she was just surviving. But those small steps stacked up. A producer heard her at one of those bars. A demo got made, and in 2008, Just Dance hit the airwaves. Today she's got 13 Grammys and an Oscar. But it all started with a flicker, a single night she didn't quit. You don't need Gaga's talent to use this, you just need her grit. Life's knocked you down, maybe it's a layoff, a health scare, a dream that fizzled out. You're sitting there thinking, "I can't start over, it's too big." But you don't have to start over, you just have to start. Small. One win at a time, because every time you do something, anything that makes you feel capable, your passion gets a little oxygen. It's not about the size of the step, it's about the direction. Here's your move. Pick one thing you used to love, something simple. Cooking, gardening, writing, running. Doesn't matter if you're rusty. Today, do it for 5 minutes. Set a timer if you have to. Stir a pot of soup. Pull a weed. Jot down a sentence. Lace up your sneakers and walk to the mailbox, that's it. Tomorrow, do 6 minutes. Next day, 7. Build the habit slow and steady. Watch that flicker turn into a flame. Keep a little list. Day 1, I cooked. Day 2, I wrote. Check it off. Feel the pride swell. That's your fire growing. Think about the last time you gave up on yourself. The day you said, "I can't." Feel that heaviness? Now imagine this. You, standing in your kitchen, stirring a pot, smiling because you did it. Or you, with dirt under your nails, proud of a single flower. You're not a failure. You're a warrior in waiting. Every small win screams, "I'm still here, I'm still worth it." Feel that tingle in your chest? That's hope creeping back in. That's your passion begging for air. Give it 5 minutes. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Way number 4 hits different. You can't rediscover your passion alone. I know, you're strong, independent, you've handled everything life's thrown at you. But here's the truth. We're not meant to climb out of the pit by ourselves. Searches for overcome life struggles are through the roof because women need a hand to hold, a voice to cheer them on. Toxic people drown your fire. Dreamers fan it. Who you surround yourself with isn't just nice to have, it's everything. Think about the people in your life right now. Are they lifting you up or dragging you down? The friend who always complains. The family member who says, "That'll never work." They're stealing your oxygen. But the ones who believe in you, who see your potential even when you can't? They're gold. Passion doesn't grow in a vacuum. It thrives in community. Michelle Obama didn't become the powerhouse we know solo. Rewind to the early 1990s. She was a high-flying lawyer at a Chicago firm, making good money, checking all the boxes. But she was miserable. The long hours, the corporate grind, it wasn't her. After her father died and a close friend passed away, she hit a wall. She later wrote, "I was questioning everything, who I was, what I wanted." She could have stayed stuck, but she had dreamers in her corner. Her friend Valerie Jarrett, a political mover and shaker, saw something in Michelle. She didn't just pat her on the back, she pushed her. Valerie introduced her to community, organizers to people who cared about impact over paychecks. Michelle's husband Barack was another dreamer, always dreaming big, always believing. Together they nudged her toward advocacy, toward a life that matched her soul. She left law, took a pay cut, and started working at the University of Chicago, then in public service. That shift, it reignited her. Today, she's a global icon, not because she figured it out alone, but because she surrounded herself with people who believed in her fire. You're not Michelle Obama, sure, but you've got your own version of this. Maybe it's a friend who texts you, "You're stronger than you think." Maybe it's a coworker who says you'd be great at that. Or maybe you haven't found them yet. That's okay. The point is, you need dreamers. People who don't just tolerate your passion but pour gas on it. Because when you're drowning in doubt, they're the ones who throw you a rope. Here's what to do. Look around. Who's in your circle? Write down 3 names of people who inspire you, who make you feel seen. If you can't think of anyone, that's your sign. Find one person this week. Join a local book club, a gym, class, an online group, anywhere dreamers hang out. Say hi. Share one tiny dream. I've always wanted to try photography. Watch how they respond. If they light up, keep them close. If they shut you down, move on. Build your tribe, one dreamer at a time. Let their energy pull you out of the dark. Think of the loneliest moment you've had lately. The night you cried alone, wishing someone understood. Now picture this. A friend sitting across from you, eyes bright, saying, "You've got this. I believe in you." Feel that warmth? That's the power of connection. Your lifeline to passion. You don't have to do this alone. You shouldn't. Reach out. Your dreamers are waiting to lift you up. Here's the final piece. Way number 5. Rewrite your story. Your past isn't your prison, it's your power. Rediscover Your Passion is trending because women are tired of being defined by what broke them. You're not a victim of your divorce, your failure, your pain. You're the author of your next chapter. This isn't about erasing what happened. It's about reframing it. You get to decide what it means. Life hands us scripts we didn't ask for. You're the one who got left. You're the one who couldn't cut it. But those aren't the final lines, they're just the setup. The real story starts when you pick up the pen. Your passion lives in the narrative you choose to tell, not the one forced on you. Serena Williams is the GOAT. 23 Grand Slam titles, a name synonymous with greatness. But her story could have been so different. Growing up in Compton, she faced racism from day one. People saying she and Venus didn't belong in tennis, a white sport. Then came the injuries, the hate, the body shaming. In 2017, it got worse. After giving birth to her daughter Olympia, she nearly died from a pulmonary embolism. She was bedridden, weak, a champion reduced to fighting for her next breath. The headlines could have read, Serena's done. But she rewrote it. She told herself, I'm not the athlete who broke, I'm the mother who rose. She clawed back, training through pain, defying doctors who said she'd never play again. In 2018, she made it to the Wimbledon final, just a year after almost dying. She didn't win, but that wasn't the point. The point was the story. She wasn't a victim of her body, her past, or the world's cruelty. She was a force. Today, she's still swinging, still rewriting, because she refused to let life's knocks define her. Your story might not involve Wimbledon, but it's just as epic. Maybe life wrote you as the one who failed at her business, or the one who lost herself in a bad relationship. That's not the end. It's the middle. You get to write the twist. I'm the one who learned, who grew, who came back stronger. Your passion isn't dead. It's the ink in your pen. Grab that notebook again. Write a new story for yourself. Start with where you are. I'm the woman who's been knocked down. Then flip it. I'm the woman who's rising. Be specific. I'm not the one who failed at that job. I'm the one who's finding my true calling. Say it out loud every day. I'm not the one who got left. I'm the one who's free. Live it. Take one action that matches your new story. Apply for a class. Call a friend. Start that project. Watch how it shifts everything. Feel that sting of your old story, the shame, the regret. Let it go. Picture yourself tearing it up, throwing it into the wind. Now see yourself writing a new one, bold, messy, yours. You're not defined by the fall. You're defined by the rise. Your passion is your rebellion against despair. Pick up the pen. Rewrite it. You're the hero of this tale. So, here you are. 5 ways to rediscover your passion after life knocks you down. Face the wreckage. Reconnect with your younger self. Stack small wins. Surround yourself with dreamers and rewrite your story. Oprah, J.K, Gaga, Michelle, Serena, they've been where you are. Broken, lost, hopeless. But they found their fire, and so can you. This isn't just a video, it's a wake-up call. Your passion isn't dead, it's waiting. But here's the question. What's stopping you from starting right now? Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Pick one step. Feel that tingle of possibility. That's your soul saying, yes. If this hit you deep, hit that subscribe button. For Hope4Her. Share this with a woman who needs it. Leave a comment. What's your first step? Let's reignite your passion together. You're not alone in this fight. You're enough. And your comeback? It's already begun.